All right, so we got your boy Braxophone here, and let's see. But anyway, things are finally changed for Gacha games. Already, so we had in the thumbnail. Literally, it's the two games that's talking about removing gachas, I believe. So I think this is what the video is about. But let's see.
Misconception
And why is his glasses clear? I've never seen that before. I think he's trying to look cool.
is that games cannot survive.
I love Brax. I love Brax, by the way.
Without gacha. I can't believe that I'm saying that's a common misconception, but it is, because there's a lot of people who came in.
Gacha games never need a gacha. I just want to let y'all know that. Like before it popped off, some of them did not have gachas, and they did perfectly fine. I just want to let that be known. The gacha aspect is just something that they realized they could just coax people out of money. People didn't really fight back on it, so it just became a thing. Just like battle passes and loot boxes. I mean, it's all the same thing, to be honest.
Into gaming from gacha games and have basically only played gacha games or games with really aggressive monetization models. But there have been tons of other games that have survived without the gacha model in the past, and there are tons of games that are surviving right now without a gacha model. If you want me to name just a few, you have like Fortnite, League of Legends. For PvE games, you have
Fortnite, Battle Pass.
Warframe. Yeah, there are games.
Warframe, I don't know what the hell they selling there. I think it's skins. I don't know how that game's still alive, I'll be honest.
Just paid DLCs, but my point is not that games can survive for free. My point is that games can survive without making $30 million a month. It does not cost that much to develop a game, especially when the main game is already done.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is so early in the video, but I want to rant a little bit, okay? I hate the fact that people be like, they gotta make money somehow. What do you expect them to do? Bro, Genshin making like 40 mil a month is that most of that money is not going to the game. I'm sorry to tell you. Maybe it's going to other games that they're working on, but like I say, at least per patch, they probably spend maybe a mil, maybe if that. Me personally, I think it's more like probably 700K. Like it don't cost that much. Like, because if it did, a lot of games will shut down by now. Most definitely.
The rest of the money is just going to go to marketing and then creating the next few patches. And as long as they're making more money than they're putting in, the game's in a good state. If they're making less money than they're putting in, then the game's not in a great state, but usually that doesn't mean the end of service right away unless you're Blue Protocol Japan. But anyways, the reason that I bring that up is because
hey, if you fell in Japan, you know that game going down, bro. Let's be honest.
Times are changing. Things are not quite the same as they used to be, and you're seeing this sort of shift in monetization strategies as games go from gacha exclusive.
I think, to be honest, like if I'll be honest, like the money that they make from like Genshin, I think at least like 40% of that goes into like the few future patches. Obviously, like I'd say about 10%, the 15 probably go into marketing because they market heavy when it comes out when the character comes out, right? And then like they market for like that first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they stop. But then after that, the rest of the money probably just goes into like a reserve fund for like the company itself, so that way they can just have money that they can use to like develop other games, like how like Hoyo was making another game, which is a Pokemon style, whatever.
Over to, there's some cosmetics that are gacha, but the game is free to play and all the characters are obtainable. And I love that. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Recently, we had the announcement of Duet Night Abyss removing character gacha and weapon gacha was.
This game was already good on the beta, bro. I played it. I ain't gonna lie. I liked it.
Removed as well, even though you were already able to craft them. What they did is they just said, yeah, you can just earn everything in game, and you just play everything in game and enjoy it. And that is amazing. And you know what else is even crazier than that? Another game has just done the same thing. Ananta is no longer a gacha game. Now, if you guys saw the previous video that I uploaded, which was about the Ananta trailer, you probably saw a lot of great games.
NTE, come on. You ain't that far in development. Remove the gacha, bro. You gonna have to compete. You gotta compete somehow. I'm just saying, me personally.
Play. If you're interested in seeing what Ananta looks like, by the way, there was a huge reveal. I recommend checking out that video. But
hey, I reacted to that video. Go watch.
Something that we weren't sure about is whether or not they had gacha or not in the game. And honestly, I actually think that was the fault of the marketing team. I don't know why they didn't market this, but for some reason,
I think they thought, I'm gonna be honest, the character switch made me think that they probably wasn't. Cause like, why you have a character switch if you gonna have them like, not if you're gonna have a gacha. It was kind of weird, but I wasn't 100% sure. And then we figured out that they said F gacha,
They just decided not to, which is why I'm
wanna
so
spend anymore.
stoked to share this Famitsu article that basically confirms all playable characters can be welcomed as long as you play. This is a poor Google translation version, all to say Ananta has no character gacha and you can earn everything in game. Now, a lot of people that don't play gacha games, they look at this and they're like,
wow, this is so funny. Look at all these gacha weebs like freak out about their game removing gacha. It's just a regular game now.
but the
It's really not. It'd be like if Fortnite just removed the battle passes. Let's be honest. Be a crazy thing. It'd be, but that's game changing. That's
thing is, like, gacha game developers have fully had the ability to make fantastic games that don't nickel and dime the consumer, that will make more than enough money to stay afloat and more than enough money to profit the company and profit the business as a whole. But they just have chosen not to because it's so much easier to produce slop. It really is. I understand it's hard to call something like Wuwa or Genshin or Honkai Star Rail slop because the games are such high quality games, right?
Yeah,
They look amazing. The anime style is great. And honestly, I actually think the gameplay of the games is good up until you run out of things to do, which happens very quickly because the only gameplay content in those games is the story quests, the side quests, the exploration, and the characters. And most of those things that I mentioned are all about trying to get the new character. So let's break this down a little bit, just so.
That's because it's evolved around a gacha. That's why all of that is evolved around a gacha, because the gacha is the thing that makes the money. If it was evolved around skins, how much you bet we'd have way more like stuff to do in the game.
If you guys don't understand, I want you guys to be able to know what I'm saying. Make sure there's no like confusion at all. So what I'm saying is the worst part of a gacha game is the gacha. These games, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, again, I'm just using them as examples because they're popular, right? Those games could have been incredible by themselves without gacha. They did not need gacha to be good, and in fact, they could be much better if they didn't have gacha. Imagine Honkai Star Rail, but you can actually unlock the characters by doing challenges. You know how we got like Shrey and Memory of Chaos? Something like that, but it's for all the characters. Then you have like a really hard sustain challenge where you have to survive just waves and waves of enemies that hit really, really hard, and at the end you unlock Aventurine, right? Stuff like that. Those sorts of gameplay progression loops give
that would be actually sick. I ain't gonna lie.
You an actual incentive and a goal to play the game. And since that goal is actually achievable for players, people will actually grind out those games and they'll enjoy it. And once they've unlocked the character, they'll feel a sense of pride and accomplishment, as EA would put it. Except it's like actual pride and accomplishment and not like, oh, you pulled this character on a gacha, pride and accomplishment. The problem is that all of the gacha games models are basically made so that way you pull on the gacha, and that's the gameplay. Why do you do exploration? Is it to go find a legendary weapon that you're gonna buff your characters with? Well, you can get some 4-star weapons, but they're not as good as the gacha weapons, and honestly, a lot of them are just straight up ass, right? Is it to go find another character? No, because that's in the gacha. Your purpose for exploring is maybe to see the world a little bit, but what's your purpose for 100%ing? Maybe you're
Getting them gems to pull on the gacha.
completionist, but most of us are exploring to get premium currency for a chance to pull on a character, right? Why do you do daily quests? Is it so that you can unlock a really cool sword? Is it so you can unlock a cosmetic? No, it's so you can get currency to pull for a new character. Why would you do this event? Is it to get this exclusive reward? Maybe. Like some of the event rewards in like WoW, for example, the weapon skins are cool. Some of the
Okay, some of those are actually pretty fire. I ain't gonna lie. He right about that.
exclusive weapons in Genshin are cool, but most of the time, the events are just going to be offer a little bit more resources in the game. And the premium currency isn't even just for pulling characters, right? It's for refreshing stamina, which is an artificial limiter they put in the game to make people spend on the game. In addition to that, they put that limiter in so that way people would have to play the game longer because they know that the game does not have enough content to sustain the player base. So these are all things that you guys probably already know. Like, I feel like most of you guys are aware of this, but there are some people that just genuinely don't understand it. That's why gacha is the worst part of gacha games. They could just be games. They don't have to have gacha. Now, gacha for cosmetics, is it evil? Absolutely. But it doesn't affect the game.
But at the end of the day, you don't need the cosmetic. You can have the character without having that extra skin, bro. Like, calm it down, okay? I'd rather take that than like not be able to play the character at all. And I gotta spend $800. I'm good.
Gameplay. You don't have to build the entire game's gameplay around the gacha system, which means you can just ignore it and your gameplay experience doesn't really change, which means the game can still be good. But as soon as you
The only time the costume will be a problem is if they make the costumes have stats, but then they also make a PvP, which means that them stats on them costumes activates in the PvP, which means that the PvP will become pay to win instead of play to play. But anyway,
make it so that the game has to have a gacha system tied to it and all of the rewards and everything have to be
Yes, Gachas have done that before.
Tied to unlocking the new character. All of this exploration for 20 hours just for a chance to enjoy the game again once every 3 to 6 weeks. It's just not super worth it, right? So when a game renounces its gacha system for characters and they decide to just build the characters in game and make it so that these are unlockable, things that you can actually work towards, they've essentially said, okay, we're gonna make this game good. And that's literally all it means. Now, here is something that a lot of people have concerns about. A lot of people are concerned about, well, maybe they're gonna make it so you can buy the characters and that grinding them takes way too long and it's gonna be a hassle to grind them. The thing is that
That's a legitimate reason. That's a legitimate worry right there, because they could do that.
a lot of people misunderstand is that like grinding games as a chore is a direct result of companies' decision to over monetize games. The grind in games doesn't exist because games are grind.
Oh yeah, because most games that you grind super heavily is because like let's be real, EA is one of the people that do it. Like, let's be honest, okay? Like it's either you sit here, you do this quest for 20 hours, or you spend $5 and you get all this stuff right here. $5 cheaper. One day, all it takes is a click, or 20 hours of your life gone. 20 hours you could have been doing something else. Spend the money. So like I see what he getting into with that. EA does it a lot. Like, let's be real, they do it with 2K. No, Take-Two does it with 2K. EA does it with Madden, but Take-Two does it with 2K too. Let's be honest. Like it's either A, you want to get like 100,000 V-Bucks, VC right now, or you play this game for about like 2 to 3 days and get that same amount. And it's like, oh, okay, I might as well just spend 100.
Grindy, it exists because companies want to make money. But if you make a game that's fun and the grind is enjoyable, then it doesn't.
But we don't know how they monetize it, so it could be, right? Like, hopefully it's not. I'm saying it's not. But
Doesn't feel like grinding. And that's why I say that, right? If you enjoy the grind of a game, if you enjoy doing relic weapons in Final Fantasy 14, which, I'll be honest, most people don't, right? But if you enjoy doing.
See what time it is? It's time for you to sub at GBS_Playz at twitch.tv.com. Anyway, again, GBS_Playz at twitch.tv. You should really go subscribe there and follow, and also subscribe here on YouTube. And right there. Make that button shine. Subscribe and like.
Savage raids every single week to try and get your gear. If you're having fun while you're doing those things, it's not a grind, right? It's just a good time. And that, if you can play a game and have a good time and unlock the new character and then have a good time with that character, that's just a good game. That's just an enjoyable experience. So is it possible that these characters could take a ridiculous amount of time to unlock and then maybe you have to buy the characters if you want to skip that time? Yeah, it's possible. But
it is, especially with Dual Night Abyss, because they did state, I'm pretty sure they did state, you can just buy the character outright, unlock it. That's the only ways you get in the character, which means they could make it. But I'm be honest, from the beta, it seemed like they wouldn't do that. I'm not sure. I don't work there, so we'll see.
just by the fact that there is not going to be a gacha system in this game, this tells me they are focused on making the game good. And you guys are seeing right now on screen, this trailer looks absolutely fantastic. This looks so enjoyable. I think if this game releases before GTA 6,
I'm telling you, like I said in my reaction, bro, like you gotta watch it. I said a lot more stuff, but I said they gotta release before GTA 6. Like I'm gonna be honest, hands down, it needs to be before GTA 6. Because if it's not, same fan base are going to GTA 6 for at least a year, and then the game will pop off after that. Because let's be real, GTA 6 comes out, every game is done. Every game in the universe is not standing up to that behemoth of a game. Okay. Everyone's playing GTA 6, no matter who it is, definitely me. Like people said, they don't care how much it costs, they're buying it. People are going to probably take off work like they did last time with GTA 5, and it's crazy. It's insane. That game is going to be ginormous.
It'll pull in so many players just by the fact that it's an anime GTA and does not have gacha. Guys,
like I said, they gotta move quick. Like I'm gonna be honest, ananta, y'all gotta move quick. Like GTA come out is GG. Y'all should be as scared as every AAA developer right now that decide they want to release a game around that marker that GTA set. Now they could get lucky and GTA move back. Again, I would not be surprised. I swear if they move that back to September, bro,
I'm gonna be so real. Gacha games have become synonymous with gambling slop. There are so many people who will not go near a gacha game because of the monetization model of it and how cheap they feel and how doing daily quests is repetitive and how having to spend stamina every single day because there's nothing else to do in the game and they want to make sure that you log in every single day to please investors is a thing. They don't want to deal with that. People just won't go near it. But the second that you remove gacha, that's just a free-to-play game with microtransactions, and people are already used to those, and people can enjoy those and have a great time. Look at Warframe. Why do you think Duet Night Abyss went that way? Well, it's because honestly, guys, and you can tell me if you've
Warframe, Apex, Fortnite, Warframe, Apex, Fortnite, they're all doing good. Almost like Call of Duty. We know for a fact that ain't there.
Feel this way too. Personally, I think that people are fatigued. People are tired of gacha games. And I get it. You're tired. I'm tired. We're both tired. These companies, man, they're evil. And all they want to do is make the most money possible. And it doesn't matter if they have to do it via gambling, if they have to lock content behind a paywall and give you the illusion of choice and chance to beat it. They're going to do whatever they can to make money. But in doing that so much, in constantly just letting the consumer be the punching bag for so long, we're finally starting to see the point where the consumers are waking up. People are deciding, oh, wait, actually, maybe this is shit. And it's honestly so amazing, you guys. It is so great because I've been saying this for years, and so many of you guys have been too, that this gacha thing, it's not great. You can have games be fun that are gachas. I'm not trying to say that all gacha games are unfun, because I wouldn't be playing gacha games if I didn't enjoy them a little bit, but they can be so.
It's like they're fun, but they just annoying because it's like, oh, look, a new character came out. Okay. Oh, look, the content. If you need a new character. Oh, okay. Oh, look, you lost your 50-50 because this isn't a guarantee. Who do you think you are? So now you got to go grind for hours and hours to maybe get a chance to get it up to the pool amount of like 70 pulls or 80 pulls because that's what's all pity at. So you can go again. Or, you know, you could just spend money and get the character now. Oh, look. Oh, you don't know the content? Guess what? The only other content left is the grind for a new character. Oh, you don't have it? Summon. Spend. It's like, bro, I'm done. I stopped the gacha a long time ago. Once I stopped spending and then in Genshin, I learned, bro. I learned the truth. Like it's like post clarity, bro.
So much more if they weren't so restricted by their monetization strategies. So with all of that, and
to be honest, I think most of them, I think more like I put in gacha games like Genshin Impact, Wuthering Waves, ZZZ, Honkai Star Rail. I think they would actually be better without like gacha. Because like gacha also messes up the story. It was most people don't really know or realize. Certain characters get put into the they get forced into the story because they have a banner. And it's like that could have been a different character that actually fit in the story, but it can't because they gotta put these characters in the story so that way people can at least relate to them a little bit or be like, hey, I see them, they're in the banner, and then go pull it. You're no. Trust and believe, you can tell.
In mind, I am stoked for Ananta. I think Ananta could be a very, very fun game for a lot of people.
And by the way, before somebody probably said by now it's 9 minutes in, right? I don't hate any of these games, by the way. I don't hate gacha. I just hate the amount we have. I just hate how predatory they are at this point now.
And honestly, quite refreshing. But more importantly than that, guys, I am
like if all of them was like Punishing Gray Raven, I wouldn't even care.
So glad people are waking up to this gacha game bullshit. Every time a new gacha comes out, people spend less on each gacha. The money is kind of like plateauing and it's kind of spreading out between the other gacha games, and game developers.
That is true. You remember like the top 3 used to make like 100 mil a month, bro?
Are realizing, okay, we've kind of hit the market cap for this. It's not going to go higher. So what if we just make the game good so that way it can compete with all of the other games that are already on the market? And I'll tell you what, guys, if these guys make an incredible game, it'll destroy these gacha games. It will. It really will. So I'm just really happy that 2 major games that we were looking forward to already on the channel, Ananta and Duet Night Abyss, have both gone the direction of no character gacha. I think Ananta will probably have cosmetic gacha and stuff, but as long as it doesn't affect the core gameplay, that's fine by me. Honestly, I just don't really care about cosmetic gacha. I just won't spend, right? Personally, for me, I just won't spend on that. There will be people who spend. Ananta will make a ridiculous amount of money, but they don't have to do it through characters, which is Amazing. Yeah, the company's gonna take a hit, guys. Absolutely, they're gonna take a hit, but the experience has the opportunity to be so much more enjoyable, and I really hope some more of the anime gachas we were looking forward to will become not anime gachas and will just become anime.
That looks like it's out of the later Saints Row games. It looks like it's out of that, by the way.
Live service, because that's really what a lot of people are looking forward to. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be at Tokyo Game Show for the next little bit. If you guys want to see some gameplay of Ananta, I've got confirmation that I will be able to play that, record it for you guys. It'll be like over my phone, so it won't be like the highest quality, but I will be playing Ananta and I will be uploading a video on it. Unsponsored, just my honest thoughts on it. If you guys are interested.
Okay, guys, go check out Braxophone. We all know who the hell Braxophone is, but he'll be in the description too. Go check him out. W video. I ain't gonna lie, W video. I yapped in this one a lot too. I'm sorry, but whatever. Make sure you guys follow me at GBS_Playz at everything. Anyway, other than that, subscribe, hit the like button, and kapow. I love you guys, and thank you for watching my TED Talk. Gacha games are changing, and I'm all here for it. Peace out.